are talking about the most common jump rope mistakes that I see from not just beginners, but also intermediate jumpers as well. And these things are holding you back from progressing with the jump rope, achieving better skill sets, and just having more fun with it. So it is up to you to identify which of these mistakes you are suffering from and then making the corrections to them. So let's tackle these things so we can start getting better. So in no particular order, the first mistake that I see a lot of people making is way too much arm movement when they're rotating the rope. They're rotating with their arms, getting big arm circles, whether it's the entire arm or they're tucking their elbows into their sides and then rotating from the elbows. This creates a lot of inconsistency in rope path because it's unlikely that every time you come around, you're going to be making the same exact size circle. So if your hands move off of the path by, say, this much, that means your rope has moved that far. This is going to create rope path inconsistency and can cause trip-ups. So in order to get as good as possible with jump rope, you need to be as consistent as possible with your rotation. So that's why you want your hands down around hip height, you want your elbows pointed backwards, and then you're rotating the rope with your wrists only. The next big mistake that I see a lot of people making is simply poor rope choice. Now, I don't think that you need to go out and spend a ton of money on a jump rope, especially if you're just trying to figure out if this is for you, but I'm a believer in you get what you pay for. So if you have the funds to invest in a good rope, then that can go a long ways to helping you. I struggled severely at the outset of my jump rope career because I was using a really cheap, crappy rope. I was about ready to just give up on it. And I don't want you to go through that same process because I had a friend give me a different rope. It had a little bit more feedback in it, and it was a complete game changer for me. I immediately got a lot better with my skills, just being able to jump consecutively for 25 jumps. And then it quickly rose to 30, 40, 50, and onwards. And then I was starting to learn skills and stuff. It was the catalyst that made the big difference. So I have two ropes linked down below that can make a big difference for you if you are struggling and you need a rope that offers more feedback and feel as it's traveling around your body so you can develop that tempo and rhythm and learn how to jump rope a whole lot faster. Next up is you are just jumping way too stinking high or improperly. We don't want donkey kicks, tuck jumps, whatever else. You don't need to be jumping 6 inches off the ground. You just need to be able to jump high enough to clear the rope. I'm talking like here, way down. What I always like to do when I was practicing and learning how to jump and gaining my jump control was practicing jumping as low as I possibly could and still clear the rope. So I would jump lower and lower and lower until I would trip on the rope. Then I would just jump a little bit higher than that. And so once you learn that lower limit, now you start to gain a better understanding of where your trip point is. And now you can always stay above that. And then moving on upwards in higher jumps for things like multiple unders, like double unders or triple unders, you're gonna have a better understanding of your jump height moving into those. Jump lower. This next one is probably one of the biggest mistakes that I see across the board on social media. I just see everybody using a rope that is far too long for them. And you might think, well, no, Kyle, that's not me. I've used the standard measurement of you stand on the middle of the rope and you bring it up to your armpit height. No, it's too long. It's too long for you. That's all I can tell you is that is a universal measurement for a reason because it will fit for everybody. It will guarantee them to be able to at least jump with it, but you're not going to jump at a high level. If you look at all the professional style jumpers that do the flips and crazy skills, they have jump ropes that come up to their hips. They are so short. And so I'm not saying that you have to go to that extreme, but if you've watched my sizing video, I have you start off around mid-chest. That is a starting point. I try to make that very clear, and I want to make that very clear right now. This is a starting point for jump rope length. From there, I want you to start playing with shorter and shorter lengths. I want you to gradually shorten it. I don't mean like take off a little bit here and a little bit there. But then you're probably going to be thinking, well, Kyle, I've tried that before, but I just start tripping up. Well, that doesn't, just because you start tripping up on it, doesn't mean that it's too short for you. It means that your form is too inconsistent right now. So you have to start practicing at it. So what I want you to do is spend 15 minutes for 2 or 3 days working with that length. Now, you don't need to struggle through workouts with it, so you can put the length back on or use a different rope or whatever your situation is for your workouts, but then spend a good 15 minutes of really trying to maintain consistent form where you can jump with the shorter rope. And then once you get that level down, that length down, then shorten it a little bit more and start finding that point where when it just never evens out, you just can't jump with it anymore the way you used to because it's just too short. So for instance, my rope comes up underneath my rib cage right now, and I can do all the skills just fine with that. So play around with the sizing. Don't get stuck in a rut of only using one length and that's it. You have to experiment. The next mistake is you are not practicing enough. I mean, you are not putting specific focus into your practice session. Like when you played sports in high school, if you did, or learned any other kind of skill, you went and you practiced it daily or a few times a week at least. So I want you to go put in specific skill work into your jump rope. So what I would do would be specific footwork skill. I would work on certain patterns and I would do that for a whole week. And I would just that same pattern until I got it down so good that I wouldn't miss much with it. And then I would create a new pattern and then I'd start working on that. Or I would start playing with my jump rope, my speed tempo, and I would gradually speed it up and then I would gradually slow it down. And then I would try to jump to different tempos, really fast, really slow. So really start honing in your skills, start identifying when you trip up. The next mistake is you are just trying to go too fast. I get it. You want to be able to do some impressive stuff. It's fun to go fast. I'm a speed guy. I want to go fast. I want to do some skills. I want to do it all at once. I want to just go from 0 to 60. But you got to start slowing yourself down. If you are just tripping up a bunch, just dial it back. You just want to slow the pace, slow the tempo, go back to the basics, and just start letting it flow and start dialing that in. Some days are just bad days. So if you find yourself tripping, dial it back, slow down your tempo, and just shoot for the basics. Another thing I stress for new jumpers is to learn how to self-diagnose your misses. If you want to quit tripping, you need to learn what is causing the trip ups and how to make the corrections. Check out the video I have linked right over here. I also have my new footwork series. Check that out if you want some new killer footwork, and I will see you in the next video.